If you place a positive charge in space, its electric field lines shoot straight outward, extending to infinity. But if you pass a current through a straight wire, the magnetic field lines do something entirely different. They wrap around the wire in perfect, closed concentric circles. Why does a straight flow of charge produce a curved rotational field? To understand this geometry, we must look past the physical wires and dive into the mathematics of vector fields, specifically a geometric operator known as the curl. Let us visualize space as a grid, where every single point has an associated vector, showing a specific direction and magnitude. In a static electric field, these vectors point directly away from or toward their source. In a magnetic field, the vectors circle around a central axis. To map this mathematically, we use a three-dimensional grid of vectors, where the length of each arrow represents the strength of the field at that specific coordinate in space. The curving pattern we observe is not a physical substance bending, but rather a spatial gradient, where the strength and direction of the vector arrows shift continuously as you move away from the current source. To quantify this rotation at any single point in space, mathematicians use the curl operator, represented as nabla cross F. Here, the symbol nabla represents the del operator, which contains the spatial derivatives along the x, y, and z axes. The cross-product symbol forces us to look at how the vector field changes direction perpendicular to its flow. This mathematical operation does not measure how a field spreads out, but rather how much the field rotates or wraps around a localized point. To visualize this, imagine placing an infinitely small paddle wheel at a specific point within our vector field. If the field represents a flowing fluid, the paddle wheel will behave in one of two ways. If the fluid pushes equally on all sides of the wheel remains stationary. But if the fluid flows faster on the left side than on the right side, the wheel will begin to spin. The speed and axis of this spin correspond exactly to the magnitude and direction of the curl at that precise point. In 2 dimensions, this rotational tendency is calculated by comparing how the vertical component of the field, Fy, changes as you move horizontally, and how the horizontal component, Fx, changes as you move vertically. This difference is written as del Fy by del x minus del Fx by del y. If this value is positive, our imaginary paddle wheel spins counterclockwise. If it is negative, it spins clockwise. In a magnetic field surrounding a wire, this shear gradient is perfectly balanced with the geometry of the distance from the wire, creating a continuous self-closing loop. When we transition to 3 dimensions, the curl becomes a vector itself. This vector points perpendicular to the plane of rotation, following the right-hand rule. We compute this by calculating the determinant of a 3x3 matrix containing the unit vectors I, j, and k, the partial derivative operators, and the field components. The resulting vector describes not just the intensity of the whirlpool, but the exact axis around which the field lines are twisting. This brings us directly to Ampere's law, one of Maxwell's equations, written as nabla cross B equals mu naught J. This equation states that the curl of the magnetic field, B, is directly proportional to the current density, J, multiplied by the permeability of free space, mu naught. Visually, this means that wherever physical electric charges are flowing through space, they act as the rotational axle for the surrounding magnetic field vectors, forcing them to twist into circular paths around the current density vector. But why does a moving charge cause this twisting in the first place? The answer lies in Einstein's special relativity. When an electron moves relative to an observer, the space around it undergoes length contraction. For a neutral wire carrying a current, the moving electrons contract their spacing relative to the positive ions in the wire. This creates a relativistic charge imbalance from the perspective of an external moving observer. What we perceive as a curved magnetic force is actually the relativistic projection of an electric field under a Lorentz transformation. This geometry also explains why we never see magnetic field lines that start and end at single points. Mathematically, this is expressed as nabla dot B equals 0, meaning the divergence of the magnetic field is 0. While electric fields have sources and sinks, which are positive and negative charges, magnetic fields have no magnetic monopoles. Because there are no single points where the field can begin or terminate, the vector lines must form continuous closed loops, manifesting as the geometric curves we observe. By understanding the geometric nature of the curl, we can design electromagnetic systems with extreme precision. From the magnetic confinement inside fusion reactors to the induction coils in wireless chargers, the ability to manipulate these mathematical whirlpools allows us to translate electrical currents into mechanical forces and back again. The curving of magnetic fields is not an arbitrary quirk of nature, but the direct geometric consequence of charge in motion.